So this is not the Wild West, but a show of the Wild West reacted. You may have seen this on a Murdoch Mysteries taking place with Buffalo Bill's show. I recommend that show. It's good. And also the episode, mainly because how they ended it. The episode was pretty funny. I love Crabtree. His humor is funny. But anyway, off topic. This is Buffalo Bill's Wild West show from the entertainment section in Store of America Cards. Wild Westers were traveling vaudeville performances in the United States and Europe that existed around 1870 to 1920. The shows began as theatrical stage productions and evolved into open-air shows that depicted romanticized stereotypes of cowboys, plain Indians, Army Scouts, outlaws, and wild animals that existed in the American West. One of those famous shows was Buffalo Bill's. No entertainment impresario has ever romanticized and dramatized the American West, the land of the cowboys, more efficiently than William Frederick Cody, better known as Buffalo Bill. This dashing figure in frigid buckskins and flowing, shoulder-length hair came to symbolize the American frontier for millions of people all over the world. It began in 1883 when Cody opened his first outdoor expedition, a combination of rodeo, circus sideshows, and traveling theater, and it continued on tour without interruption until 1913. Before starting this virtue, however, Cody had already gained fame as a United States Army Scout and buffalo hunter, due to in large part to writer Ned Buntline, real name E.Z.C. Juxton, who made Cody the hero in his first of series in popular dime novels. Buntline then persuaded Cody to appear in a dramatized of the book, and for the next decade, Buffalo Bill capitalized on the popularity and reputation gained from Buntline's books. Then in the late 1870s, Cody conceived the idea of producing an original outdoor Wild West show. It took several years before he found a way to try out the idea, but in 1883, the citizens of North Pratt, Nebraska asked Cody to stage a 4th of July program for them, and he was on his way. He quickly organized a show that featured cowboys and Indians, horse race, wild buffalo, sharpshooting expeditions, and a stage play involving an old stagecoach. The North Platte celebration was a big success, and Cody went on to produce his own traveling show. With two partners, he assembled a troupe of stars. W.F. Carver, dentist and marksman, known as the evil spirit of the plains. Maybe he was called that because going to the dentist was a horrible and painful experience back in that day. And there was Captain A.H. Bogardus, a champion at clay pigeon shooting. Johnny Baker, a young boy Cody had adopted, who performed as Cowboy Kid. A group of daring young riders, including Buck Taylor, a steer drawer known as King of the Cowboys, Jim Lawson, a lasso expert, Seth Hathaway, a former Pony Express rider and won for season, Chief Sitting Bull, the Great Sioux Warrior and Medicine Man. The mainstay of Cody's show, however, was Annie Oakley, Little shot, who became a smash hit on the show's European tour. The show also featured dramatic acts that reenacted scenes from the American past. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show achieved its great triumph in 1893 when it attracted thousands of fans at the Chicago World's Fair. So Buffalo Bill's show had ended in 1913. Because of the harsh economy, so no one could afford tickets, and Bill was losing money too, and making bad decisions, and so what, which led to bankruptcy. But Western shows generated interest of Western entertainment. This is still evident in Western films, modern rodeos, and circuses. Western films in the first half of the 20th century filled a gap left behind by the Wild West shows. The first real Western, The Great Train Robbery, was made in 1903, and thousands followed after. In the 1960s, spaghetti westerns, a genre of movies about the American Old West made in Europe, were common. Contemporary rodeos continued to be held, employing the same events and skills as cowboys did in the Wild West shows. Wild Westerns still perform in movies, powwows, pageants, and rodeos. There remains an interest in Native peoples throughout much of the United States and Europe, including an interest in the powwow culture of Native people. Some events are open to outside tourists who are able to observe traditional Native American skills, horse culture, ceremonial dancing, food, art, music, and crafts. While other powwows are closed events for members of the Native community only. And that was the Buffalo Bill Wild West show. It influenced a lot of what we know of old westerns today. I hope you enjoyed learning about it with me, and I'll see you next time.